Consider supporting Archaeosoup on Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Link available in video description. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to another stream. Today I'm trying out a game on behalf of a friend of mine who is a fellow Viking enthusiast. Indeed, he is a bit of a reenactor in his spare time. I used to work with him in York, and he has recommended this game to me so that I can be his canary in the mine shaft, as it were, so I can tell him if it's actually worth giving a go. To be fair, it only costs £1.99 on the Steam store, and already from the menu it's looking pretty promising. I see some recognisable forms in terms of, well, I suppose Saxon tents going on here for merchants, and we see a raven there. Is that Hugin or Mugin? Thought or memory, I wonder? One of Odin's faithful pets. And the characterization is very similar to actually a game that I love in a completely different realm. Me and Mrs. Soup play a lot, and that is a game called Order Up, a game where you run a restaurant and you have these sort of slightly wide-eyed protagonists and customers. But I'm intrigued. Apparently this is the third game produced by Playing History, and let's see where this takes us. Play. So we start at sea, quite appropriately. Oh, okay. Oh, are we straight into raiding someone? Okay, here we go. Talk to Olaf on the beach. Okay. In his youth, Olaf is said to have killed a bear by crushing its skull using only a rock. Olaf became a person of great importance to Eric. Okay, well, off we go then. So at the moment I'm sort of clicking to move. And how do we talk? There, speech.
Erik, min dreng. Lyt til mine ord.
Oh.
Det er dit første vikingetogt, men du er for ung til at slås. I stedet må du hjælpe til ved at samle alle de skatte, du kan finde, mens du løber op til kirken.
Eric, listen to me. This is your first time going Viking. Yeah, that's good. Viking as a verb, to go Viking, being a pirate, I suppose, or adventuring. But you are still too young to fight. Instead, help me out. Help out by grabbing all valuables you find on the way to the church. I will. Okay, Olaf Bear Brawler. And there's a mouse over there. Strange enough. I will.
Forstået. Jeg kigger efter skatte og holder mig uden for fare. Jeg er sikker på, at guderne bringer mig lykke. Deres blikke føles som solen stråler mod min hud. Men hvad betyder viking egentlig?
Got it. I will keep my eyes open for valuables and try to stay out of trouble. I feel the luck of the gods shining on me like the beams of the setting sun. What does going Viking mean? Now, I have to say, I am rusty as anything. I can't quite tell if this is which Scandinavian language this is, or if it's Old Norse. So, but at the very least, it is not English, which is really cool. I like it.
Vældig flot, Erik. Du har en skældstunge. Viking betyder at drage på togter, eventyr og plyndringer i fjerne lande. Et lille tip for en gammel kriger. De hellige mænd gemmer ofte deres værdigenstande i gyldne kister. Så hvis du støder på sådan nogen, så plynder dem i Odins navn.
Very good, Eric. You have a skald's tongue. A skjeld's tongue. Going Viking means going afar on raids and adventure. A small hint from an old warrior is that the raked ones often hide their gold in chests. Now go plunder in the name of Odin. Okie dokie. Let's go plundering! Yay! Now I'm wondering if there. Oh, cool. So you press the right mouse button to move the camera, and I want to know what this mouse is all about. Talk to the mouse.
Hej så, Erik. Jeg hedder Tempus. Jeg er en tidsrejsende, og i dag er jeg på besøg i vikingetid. Jeg har en gave til dig, men jeg tror sørme, jeg har tabt den et sted.
Oh, so this is like a protagonist of the Playing History series. My name is Tempus, a traveller in time, so I know a thing or two about the world. I have a present for you, but it kind of got lost. Time traveller? What do you mean by time travel? I'm not sure I understand.
Jeg har ikke tid til at forklare det nu. Du må skynde dig at slutte dig til angrebet på kirken. Jeg ser, om jeg kan finde din gave imens. Find mig, når du har fundet lidt skatte rundt omkring. Så har jeg sikkert fundet din gave.
I don't have time to explain. You should join the raid on the church. I will find the present. Try to find me after you've secured some loot. If you can find me, I will give you the present. End. Okay. Well, I've got to say, already, I mean, this is worth $1.99, isn't it? This has been very interesting so far. And I'm aware that my Archaeosoup logo is covering up an aspect of the game here. But basically, what you have there is a picture of, I think, Eric's head. PH, I guess, play history tokens, so 3 out of 45 so far. Maybe this is the gold, the silver and gold that we're trying to collect. So that guy is not very successfully trashing the village. That's an unnecessary thing to do, just going to trash a cart. Oh, my mouse collects the coins. I don't even have to run through them. Interesting. Oh! Can I talk to the priest? Oh no! Could I not talk to him? No? Okay. Monks came to Lindisfarne around the year 635 AD. That should be AD 635, but never mind. They were tasked with spreading the word of God and to convert heathens to Christianity. Okay, fair enough. Run up the path and grab all the chests. You can pick up items by tapping them, then selecting the hand icon in front of you as a chest, tap it, and collect it by pressing the hand icon. Okay. Well. Yay! Slight Zelda reference there in the pose. I like it. Actually, I wonder what's happening to the priests. Like, as they're running away, are they going to get out alive? I suppose is what I'm wondering. Come on, down we go. It's a little bit awkward controlling with one mouse, you know, without using the WASD control scheme on the keyboard. Oh, okay, so they've just gone to the beach. Ah. Well, one of them's still here at least. What does he have to say for himself? Nothing really. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, we've got the chest. I quite like the Thor's hammer necklace element of the meter there, top left. Yeah, it would be good if you didn't have to click on the mouse to control the camera. If you could just move the mouse to the edge of the screen and it turned, but that's a small thing. I get the impression that these are relatively budget. This is a relatively budget studio. That said, though, some of my favourite games do use mouse clicks and drags to move the screen around. Stronghold, for example, being one. Speaking of which, this is a slightly anachronistic castle, although it could be a converted Roman fort. Who knows? Let's see. Let's talk to this guy.
Hej knægt, jeg har virkelig brug for din hjælp. Du skal ikke være bange. Jeg beder dig blot om at gøre mig en lille bitte ubetydelig tjeneste. Ikke noget farligt eller svært.
Harold Ravenmane. Oh, hello there, kid. I'm in dire need of your help. Don't worry, it's only a small, tiny little thing I need you to do. Nothing to worry about. Then why me?
Hvis det er så nemt, hvorfor gør du det så ikke selv? Vi er trods alt for at plyndre. Burde du ikke gøre en indsats, frem for at få andre til at gøre arbejdet?
If it's such a small thing, then why don't you do it yourself? After all, we're on a raid. Shouldn't you be raiding instead of getting others to do it for you?
Jeg er slet ikke modig nok til at sætte mine fødder i munkenes kirke af sten. Men du derimod, Du bærer korsets symbol i nakken, og det spås, at du vil udrette store ting i din levetid. Så du må være den rette til at gøre det.
Ah, I am not brave enough to enter their stone temple. And there were some churches at this point that were being built in stone, in particular in the north of England. There's Benedict Biscop had built at Jarrow using the in the style of the Romans, I think is the quote. That was what he said. We will build in the style of the Romans. It's passable, but anyway. But you are the one marked with the cross on your neck. They say you are destined for greatness, so surely you are brave enough to enter.
Er du virkelig bange for at gå derind? Du ved vel, at bangebukse ikke får en plads ved gudernes bord i Valhall. Fejhed leder direkte til helt i stedet.
Oh, are you really afraid of going in there? You know there won't be a place in Valhalla for your kind. You will be going to hell, the realm of Hela. Are you aware of that?
Ja, det er jeg klar over. Jeg er en kujon, og derfor beder jeg dig om hjælp. Smut nu derind og stjæl munkenes guldkors for mig. Det er et helligt symbol for dem, lidt ligesom Thorshammeren er for os.
Yes, I'm aware I'm such a coward, so you must help me. Go in there, take their golden cross. It is a godly symbol, just like our Thor's hammer. Interesting tidbit as well, actually. The cross of Saint Cuthbert is known as Thor's cross because it has symbolic similarities to depictions of Thor's hammer. So combining of symbols wasn't uncommon in this time. Continue.
Jeg er muligvis en kujon, men jeg er en dygtig skal. Hvis du gør dette for mig, vil jeg skrive et digt om dine heltegerninger. Det bliver et heltedigt, der fremhæver dit mod. Et skaldedigt, som mit kan gøre dig kendt.
Okay, I might be a coward, but I'm a good skald. If you do this for me, I shall sing about you going Viking. A good poem dedicated to your bravery. This day will make your way to glory the bravery this day will make your way to glory much faster. For glory!
Okay. Hvis du skriver et digt om mig og mine heltegerninger, får jeg fat i korset for dig. Vi ses lige om lidt. Gør dig klar til at skrive mit digt.
Well, if you do that for me, I shall go fetch that cross you're talking about. I'll be back in no time. Well, then we go, I guess, into the stone temple. It'd be nice if the little bits of information and quotes were on screen for a bit longer as things were loading. Anyway. Oh, is this
Jeg er ikke bange for dig, djævleyngel. Stå frem!
Is he drinking?
Jeg ved, du er herinde et sted.
Oh, it's like a stealth section. Okay. So I need to not get spotted by the monk with his barrel of communion wine there.
Jeg kan høre dig vride
Now, presume.
dig som slangen.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Behind the pillar. Now, I hope this is sort of post pillaging, because I know the cross and the candelabras are still in here, but maybe this is just the way the monks have been keeping the church. It's not very ordered with the pews, is it? Now, interestingly, churches at this time didn't necessarily have seating. Wooden pews definitely weren't guaranteed for the congregation. Standing was much more common. And in fact, actually, the earliest churches at this time often people would even find themselves standing outside. So the sanctuary, or what becomes the sanctuary in many churches in the later medieval times. So the bit at the end where the choir might eventually be, or the altar was, that was often the first bit, like a little box room where the priest could
Jeg er ikke bange for dig,
could
djævleyngel. Stå frem!
could deliver
Jeg ved, du er
sacraments.
herinde et sted.
And could look after the treasures of the church and the altar. Come on, get the cross, take it, and keep them out of the rain. But the congregation actually sometimes would have to be stood outside that box when they came, for example, for communion. So wooden pews in a church, not guaranteed, oddly enough. That's definitely a later thing. Brother Aidan! Oh wow, Brother Aidan bears the name as founder of Lindisfarne Monastery. He is terrified by the barbaric actions committed by the Vikings. Now, let me think. I am fairly sure Aidan wouldn't have seen the raid on Lindisfarne. Fairly certain, in fact. Oh, shirts for chests behind me. Well, he doesn't seem to be wanting to stop me. There was a weird boingy noise. Okay, let's go this way then. Okay. Now, obviously, again, we have to remind ourselves of the cost of this game. This was relatively inexpensive, but it's you know, it's got atmosphere. It's good. I like the also the subtle representation of the church as having ownership of land and crops and having attendant townsfolk, this kind of thing. On Lindisfarne, that was definitely the case, and also Iona, for example, huge church estates that covered. Get the praying monk out of your way. That covered the island, and meant that people were effectively supporting the community. Can I
Kære
talk to him?
barn, vi er fredelige mænd. Hellige folk, der vogter over Sankt Kotbøks helligdomme. Hvorfor i Guds navn gør I det her mod os?
That's quite nice. I like that bit of old English. Boy, we are peace-loving men, holy brothers watching over St. Cuthbert's relics. Why are you doing this to us? Religious war or golden slaves? Oh no, this isn't Saint Aidan, this is Brother Aidan. This is a brother of the church, so he's probably been given the name Aidan, so that's fine. I was thinking, hang on, Aidan looking after Cuthbert's relics anyway. Golden slaves, shall we say. It's not a religious war.
Vi er kommet for at plyndre jeres rigdomme og tage jer med hjem som slaver. Jeres rigdomme, som vi stjæler, vil gavne vores status hjemme hos os selv.
We come here for plundering riches and taking slaves. Your unprotected riches help Vikings rise status back home.
Grusomt. Forfærdeligt. Jeres sjæle vil brænde op i helvede. Du siger, I kalder jer vikinger. Hvad betyder dette ord overhovedet? Jeg vil vide, hvem I er, så jeg kan berette til andre om jeres brutalitet.
Nice, gruesome, terrible. Your souls will certainly burn. You call yourselves Vikinger. What does this mean? I need to know for recording your brutality. King of the North? Which is the name of our tribe. It means raider. Well, it means raider. You have to scroll there. Oh, and it, you know, if you thought they only had two choices, it would have been courthouse. It means raider.
Det betyder at drage ud på togter og plyndre. Det er en betegnelse for at drage til fjerne verdensdele. Ordet klinger af hæder og kamp.
It was just told that going Viking means going on raids, to go on a journey to lands far away. It smells of glory and battle. It smells of glory and battle.
Dit lille fjols, må Gud se dig i noget. Tag mit guld og lad mig være, men mærk dig mine ord, hedning. Gud vil ikke skåne din sjæl, når du engang forlader denne verden.
Oh, fool! God protect my soul. Now take my gold and leave me be. And beware, heathen, that God will not spare you on the day you leave this world. I don't care. I suppose.
Jeg er ligeglad med, hvad din Gud gør. Odin er min beskytter, og jeg skal til Valhall, når jeg dør. Tak for guldet.
The way he said, thanks for the gold. Thanks for the gold. I don't care what your god thinks. Odin is my protector, and I'll be going to Valhalla. Thanks for the gold. That's pretty funny. Oh, see the priest is running around. They don't know what to do. Oh, there's a sword. Oh, you're not going to have me killing priests, are we? This is going to take a sudden dark turn, isn't it, if we're not careful? Sword found! Start making your way back to the ships. Okay, well, I need to get more coins. I've only got 18 out of 45. Are there any more coins around here?
Hej igen, Erik.
Hello again, Eric.
Det er kronobriller.
I found my present for you. These are chrono goggles. I want you to have them.
Ja, tak. Hvad skal jeg bruge dem til?
Tack. Well, thanks, I guess. What can I do with these?
Du bruger dem til at rette fejl i tiden. Rent faktisk har jeg en lille opgave til dig. Ved et af de brændende huse finder du en bog, som ikke hører til i vikingetiden. Fokuser på tingene med dine briller for at rette fejlen og sende tingene hjem til sin egen tid. Jeg plejer at kalde det for at kronobaske.
You use them to correct errors in time. In fact, I'm going to give you a little mission. Against one of these burning houses, you will find an item that does not belong in this time. Find it and use the goggles to correct the error and send it back to its time.
Præcis. Når brillerne bruges korrekt, bliver fejlen i tiden rettet, og tingene vil forsvinde. Men pas på, bruger du dem forkert, vil du blive skidt tilpas. Dette kaldes kronosyge. Prøv dig lidt frem med brillerne. Det er den nemmeste måde at vende sig til dem på.
Yes, when used correctly, the time error is corrected. Fair enough. If used wrongly, you will feel the effect of some uncomfortable time sickness. Go try it out. It's the best way to learn how to use them. Okay, fair enough. Off we go. So something that doesn't belong near the burning. Oh, the priests. Look at. Oh dear. Okay. Well, at least I haven't had to go around doing any priest killing myself. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? Use the chrono goggles to send things back in time to where they belong. You score points if you succeed, but it costs points if you fail, so watch out. Oh dear, maybe they're just tired. Maybe they're not actually dead. I don't see any gore. So the burning house. Is this a burning house? Or is that the burning house over there? I think it's over there. Silly me. Over we go. Ooh. Or is it that burning house? I think it must be that one. Okay. I'm getting a bit lost here. No, I need to go down the hill. Okay. I understand. It's quite funny the way they're just running back and forth. Is that guy just just chasing the priest around? Come back here, you! Also, points for the bearded axe. That is an accurate axe shape for the period. Thankfully, no double-handed or double-bladed axes are being seen or being represented here. Shall we go through the wall and go round to? Oh. And go round to what's going on here? There we go.
Stop, knægt. Hvorfor har du så travlt? Skibene sejler ikke foreløbig. Vi har stadig et par minutter før afgangen. Og hvor er det gyldne kors, du lovede mig at tage fra kirken?
Easy there, kid. Why in such a hurry? The ships won't leave shore just yet. We still have a few minutes to go. I have the cross.
Jeg fik fat i korset. Jeg var snu og undvig en rasende munk, før jeg stjal det.
Yes, I got it. I was smart and avoided a berserking monk before I seized it. Okay?
Glimrende. Hit med. Jeg mener, ville du være interesseret i at høre min episke vise dedikeret til din heltegerning? Det skinnende kors er en sølle betaling for dette digt. Det er nok ikke mere værd end en torshammer derhjemme.
Oh, good. Give me the... I would be interested in an epic tale of your bravery. Would you be interested in an epic tale of your bravery? The cross is but a small price, not worth more than a few coins back home. I think I'll keep the cross, I think. Well, I don't know what's... No, because he'll just take all the glory for it.
Jeg er ligeglad med, hvad korset er værd. Jeg kæmpede for det, og har derfor fortjent det. Rigtige helte køber sig ikke til sange og digte. Rigtige helte bliver hædret for deres gerninger, ikke for deres penge.
I do not care what the cross is worth. I fought for it. It is rightfully mine. Real heroes don't pay for people to write their songs. True heroes are praised for their deeds, not for their silver.
Korsknægt. Du er kløgtigere, end jeg troede. Men vi vil mødes igen, du og jeg har på fornemmelsen, at næste gang vi ses, får jeg det, som jeg vil have det. Du får min anerkendelse i dag, men næste gang vil jeg ikke være så god ved dig.
Cross-marked kid. You're smarter than I thought. Yes! We will meet again, I suspect. And next time, I will get what I want. For now, well played. Next time, I won't be so easy on you. Well, fair enough. Okay. Now, where's this thing that's not meant to be around here? Is it by this burning house? Because all I can see around here is a priest. Yeah, it must be down here. Let's go over the wall. It's also quite nice that they're not all blonde-haired Vikings. Vikings weren't all blonde-haired. There's a likely reason that people think Vikings have blonde hair, and it's not to do with myths of Aryanism. It's much more practical. Supposedly, the best way to deal with nits on long journeys was stale urine, which has a byproduct of bleaching your hair blonde. So lots of people who saw Vikings travelling also saw them with incredibly bleached hair. Hence the mythology of the blonde-haired Viking. No, I can't get to that one. What am I missing? I'm missing something that's not meant to be here, apparently. This is a little bit difficult to control. Okay. Over the wall. This house is not burning, so it's not there. Maybe it's over there. Maybe it literally was right next to... Oh, there's a dead priest. Okay. Ignore the dead priest. Right next to the mouse. Maybe it was this burning house. And I was a fool to run past it. I can't see anything. Which is goggly. I mean, barrels aren't anachronistic. Is it the basket? Okay, goggles, that's true. Oh, I don't know. I feel like an idiot. Oh, is this it? There's a book on the floor there. Yeah! Anglo-Saxon Chronicle was written by English monks over many years. The last volumes were finished in the 1100s. In the volumes you can find the first accounts of the Viking raid on Lindisfarne. In the volumes you can find the first accounts of the raid on Lindisfarne in 793. Brilliant. Well, there you go. So I had to do a little bit of searching there. Apologies for my idiocy. This way, back to the ships. 22 out of 45 though. Could have done much better with the coins.
Jeg er tilbage og klar til at drage hjem. Jeg blev fanget i kirken af Harald Ravnemanke, men jeg var listig og slap ud. Bagefter kæmpede jeg mig vej gennem den brændende landsby.
I am back and ready to go. I was trapped in the church by Lord Ravenmane, but escaped the braved the burning village.
Ja, det kan jeg se. Det har været en fin dag i dag, og du har til med fundet dig et sværd, kan jeg se.
Aha, I can see that. This has been a fine day. I see that you have found yourself a sword.
Jeg fandt det, mens en ravn sad i et træ ved siden af. Jeg tror, det var et tegn fra Odin, som ønskede, at jeg skulle finde det.
I found a raven sat next to it. No, sounded because a raven was sat next to it. I believe it was a sign that Odin wanted me to find it.
Jamen i så fald burde du give sværdet et navn. Det kunne være, at det var gudernes vilje, du fandt det. Så bær det med ære.
In that case, you should name it. It seems the gods wanted you to find it. So wield it with pride. Oh, I shall name it. Now, that's a good question. What shall I name the sword? What should I call
Så
it?
døber jeg sværdet Ravnetunge. Det passer godt. Navnet er både frygtindgydende, og det fortæller samtidig om, hvordan jeg fandt sværdet.
I shall call it Ravencall. It is a fitting name, telling a story of how it was found and how it will bring fear to the hearts of the enemies. Or of enemies. Okay?
Erik, jeg glemmer så ofte, at du har en skjalds sind. Ravnetunge er et godt og stærkt navn til dit sværd. Din far bliver stolt af dig. Han vil også blive glad for at se, at du vender sikkert hjem for dit første vikingetogt.
Eric, I keep forgetting about the Skald's Heart of yours. That is a good strong name for a blade. Your father will be proud once we get home. Also, he'll be glad to see you didn't end your days on this, your first adventure. Get on board the longship. Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, that's quite a lot of loot. Blimey. And some oh, come on, over here. And some priestess slaves. Fair enough. Let's see what we have to say.
Jeg har underholdt dig rigeligt for i dag, knægt. Stik af med dig. Så kan jeg undersøge vores mulige slaver i fred.
I've played enough with you today, kid. Now run off and let me inspect these potential slaves in peace. Okie dokie. But again, there's lots of really good incidental sort of bits of learning going on here, and the ability to learn. I mean, I imagine the idea of slave trade isn't something that immediately strikes people as immediately, especially in primary school, something which is, you know, Viking-ish. Certainly not something which is commonly spoken about. So, into the ships. Chapter 1 complete. Eric survived his first raid. The raid was the first of many to come over the years. He grew up and became a strong and wise young man, whose greatest flaw was sleeping in. Yeah. Push the button in the bottom right corner to continue his adventure. So 22 out of 45, 0 Thor's hammers. Aesir, nothing. Okay, non-zero. Trophies, 4. Okay.
Godmorgen, kære bror. Jeg har nok sovet som en høvding i nat. Hør engang, nu er du oppe, og jeg er færdig med at klå brænde, så skal vi forbi Regnerskov. Der har nogle grise, vi skal hente.
Good morning, brother. Oh, I have a sister now. Been sleeping like a lord. But now that you're up, when I'm done with cleaving these logs, we have to go to Ragnar's farm. There's a couple of pigs waiting for us. Promise to help.
Godmorgen, Tore. Jeg er bange for, at jeg ikke kan hjælpe dig i dag. Selvom jeg ikke skal stå vagt ved høvdingens hus, så har jeg lovet at hjælpe hans datter, Sigrid, med hendes pligter her til morgen.
Good morning, Thora. I'm afraid I can't help today. Even though I'm not on guard duty at the chief's hut, I have promised to help his daughter with her chores this morning.
Hendes pligter, Sigrid klarer sig bedre end de fleste her på egnen. Og jeg vil ikke blande mig. Men lad mig, du taler med Tore. Men det er før du gør noget andet. Han står oppe i teltet i kysten. Han siger, at han har set et tegn på guderne. Et tegn på ulykke.
Her chores, Sigrid is more than capable of handling them herself. But whatever you will be doing, promise me to seek out Tjorvi first. Okay? He said he saw a bad omen, a warning sign from the gods. Also, something to notice here, she's got a dirty face. It's a simple thing, but, you know, if people of low standing in society, or children in particular, children frankly get mucky at the best of times, but children at this point would have dirty faces, especially first thing in the morning, or, you know, or, well, maybe not first thing in the morning, after chores or when they're doing chores.
Udmærket, lille søster. Så går jeg hen og ser til ham. Jeg er sikker på, at det er bare en bagatel. Vi ses senere, Tore.
All right, I shall seek him out. I am sure it is nothing. I'll see you later, sis. Okay, grown up. And still got his goggles as well. The music is quite epic, isn't it? Considering I'm just walking around the village. You just found one of Thor's hammers. For every 3 of these hammers you find, you will be granted new powers by the gods. There are 2 more hidden in the village. Try to find them. Blimey. Well, oh look, and there's a raven on top of my house. That's a good omen, isn't it? Grab these coins. See if we can get the 35 coins in this level. Axes. You'll be able to find axes around areas of the game. You can throw axes when you are fighting. Remember to pick up axes. Try to pick up the one leaning against the barrel. Okay? Yay! I got my bearded axe. A skegox. Okay. Jordavi, what have you got to say for yourself?
Godmorgen, Erik. Jeg så en ravn her til morgen. Den fangede og spiste en fisk nær dit hus. Højst usædvanligt. Jeg er bange for, at det er et tegn for guderne. Vær forsigtig i dag, Erik.
Hello and good day to you, Eric. I saw a raven killing and eating a fish at your house. Aha! This morning. Highly unusual. I believe it is a bad omen for you. I don't know, there's a raven on my house. That's not always a bad thing.
Min søster fortalte mig om tegnet. Jeg ved, om det er sendt fra Odin. Uanset hvad, så vil jeg ikke bekymre mig om det. Jeg skal nok klare mig. Men advarslen har skrevet mig bag øret.
My sister mentioned the omen. I wonder if it was an omen sent to me from Odin. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. I shall heed the warning, and I'll be fine.
Kald mig bare overtroisk, men du kender mig. Jeg analyserer altid tegn af overnaturlige fænomener, som for eksempel når bitterne er ude på løjer.
Call me superstitious, but you know me, any sign of the supernatural, be it omens or spirit... Voiter? Poking mischief, I make sure not to ignore them. Thanks for the warning. Okay, yeah, what is a voiter?
Hvad var det nu, vætterne var? Du ved, jeg er ikke så stærk i alt det overnaturlige.
What are the voiter again? As you know, I am not good with all the lore and tales of the supernatural.
Bitterne er åndevæsener, som vogter over os. De beskytter vores hjem, men hvis du provokerer eller irriterer dem, kan de forbande dig med uheld. Husk nu, hvad jeg fortæller dig. Jeg har tænkt mig at høre dig i det senere på dagen.
This is nice. This is a nice little detail, actually. Like, again, it's something a bit deeper than the Aesir or conventional social structure. Because actually, actual practitioners of Viking religion, Norse religion, and the details of that are not easy to piece together. So this is quite a nice little thing. The Votir are spirit guardians of the land. They protect us and our livelihoods. But if you provoke them, they will curse you with bad luck. This time, remember what I told you. Next time I will test you.
Om ikke så længe vil jeg øve mig i at kaste med økse. Du burde tage en træningskamp med mig. Jeg er sikker på, at jeg kan hjælpe dig med at forbedre dit kast. Vi ses senere, Erik. Ha' en god dag.
Do you know, I really just want to tell the music to calm down a little bit. Calm down, music! Calm down. In a little while, I'm going to practice some axe throwing. You should take a training fight with me. Or maybe I should arrange to have a training session with you. I'm sure I could help you a bit with your throw. Until then, have a good day. I will see you later.
Jeg vil først se, om Sigrid har brug for en hånd. Bagefter vil jeg mødes med dig. Så kan vi træne kasteteknik sammen. Vi ses senere, Jordi.
I will first go and see Sigrid and see if she needs my help. After that, I will come practice my throw with you. I will see you in a little while. Okay. So, let's head out of the compound. I have my axe. My axe! My axe! My axe. No, that's not quite right. I'm trying to do a Gimli from Lord of the Rings. And my axe! You have my sword. And my axe. No, it doesn't matter. I'll shut up. Oh. Commoner. In Viking Age Scandinavia, most people had peaceful jobs between the raids. Many were craftsmen, farmers, fishermen, and merchants. Yeah, that's true. I like the boards here. Interestingly, in York, there's a whole street called Pavement because it was one of the first places to be paved in a post-Roman setting. There's also actually a place in York called Stonegate or Steingata, which was clearly a Roman road that was still there when the Vikings arrived.
Godmorgen, Sigrid. Min far er ude på fjorden i dag, og jeg har ingen pligter. Er der noget, jeg kan være der behjælpelig med?
Good morning, Sigrid. My father is out on the fjord, and I'm not on duty. I thought I might make myself helpful here.
Det lyder godt. Jeg kan sagtens bruge et par stærke arme. Min far har bestilt en tønde øl fra handelsmanden Gunne, som burde være ankommet nu. Hvis du vil hente den til mig, vil jeg blive meget taknemmelig.
I'm liking the brooches, the beads in between the brooches, the hanarock, the sort of the shawl over the tunic that she's wearing. That's all pretty good. Sure, I can always use a couple of strong hands around here. My father has ordered a barrel of beer. The merchant at the market should have it now. If you could help me get it, I would be grateful. No problem.
Naturligvis, skøn jomfru. Det er et hurtigt overstået ærende. Vent her, og så er jeg straks tilbage.
Of course, my fair maiden. It is a quick job. So don't go anywhere and I'll be back soon.
Og forresten, inden du går, Erik. Jeg har hørt, at hvis ravnen fanger og spiser en fisk, så er det et dårligt tegn for en søn af en fisker, ligesom dig. Pas nu på dig selv i dag.
One thing, Eric, before you go, I heard of a raven killing and eating a fish. This could be a bad omen for a fisherman's son like you. Please be careful today.
Ha! Du er den tredje, som varsler mig i dag. Jeg kan forsikre dig om, at der intet sker mig. Jeg er straks tilbage med din tønde.
Ha! You're the third one to warn me today. I promise you nothing bad will happen to me. I'll be back with the barrel in no time. Okay. Now, interestingly, this guy looks now as a grown-up almost exactly like a friend of mine called Lawrence, who you may recall a wee while ago I interviewed, actually fairly early on in the history of Archaeosoup, when he was on a quest to lick every church in the United Kingdom. Lick, yes, you heard me right. I'll link to that at the end of this video, actually, if you want to have a look at that. But he looks a bit like Lawrence, especially when he's dressed as a Viking. I used to know Lawrence, or rather I met Lawrence in his capacity as a Viking, a fellow Viking at the Orvik Centre. And yeah, maybe this is based on Lawrence. The Adventures of Lawrence. I can't quite remember what his character name was, as it were. We all had sort of alternate Viking names. I was Ulf Hagbard, Olafsson, Thorfinnsson, and there was another one. Basically, I went back three generations. Oh, I've gathered 3 Thor's hammers. Vanir deity, Njord. Njord is the father of Freyr and Freya. He has power over the sea and winds, and is protector of seafarers. Njord increases speed when sailing and travelling, which Eric will end up doing quite a lot. Sorry, sometimes you really can tell I'm dyslexic, can't you? Aesir deity, Tyr. Oh, okay, Vanir deity, Aesir deity. That's a nice juxtaposition. That's pretty good. Tyr is a god of war, after whom Tuesday is named, incidentally. Tyr's Daga. His one hand is missing, as it was bitten off by Fenris the wolf. Yeah. Tyr increases the power of Eric's attacks when he fights. Eric fought many battles in his lifetime. So what do we choose? Do we choose fighting or wind? You know, I think wind might come in handy. Yeah. A little slave crate here. And, interesting, I don't know if this is a deliberate detail, I'm guessing it must be, but this wooden locking mechanism, that's very good. We've found archaeologists have found wooden locking mechanisms in places like York. I think one might have turned up in Dublin as well. And what's interesting about them is that they compare favourably, for example, to Roman mechanisms, but also actually later on Vikings also made things like padlocks out of metal. So it's interesting to see this sort of the world of locking mechanisms in the Norse world is quite complex and varied, and to my mind quite interesting.
Hej
Lots of ways to
Erik,
keep things
glædelig
safe.
markedsdag til dig. Hvad kan jeg hjælpe dig med?
Good market day to you, Eric. How may I help you? I'm gonna pick up a
Jeg er
barrel.
for at samle en øltønde op for Sigrid, høvding Svends datter. Giver du mig ikke ret i, at der ingen skam er i at hjælpe en skøn jomfru?
I'm here for a barrel of beer for Sigrid, the chief's daughter. Wouldn't you agree that there is no shame in helping out a maiden when you have no better things to do? Well, actually, I do have better things to do. I could be helping my sister.
Jeg har desværre hverken tid eller lyst til at krejle med dig lige nu. Men i denne omgang, der vil jeg nøjes med at bringe Sigrid tønden. Vi ses snart, min ven.
I'm not arguing with that. In fact, now that you mention it, and this will stay between us, you don't think you should bring her a small present as well? Don't you think, sorry? Yeah, let me see what you have.
Jeg har ikke meget på mig lige nu. Men lad os se, hvad du kan tilbyde.
I don't carry that much silver on me now, but let me see what you have. Yeah, go on then.
Glimrende beslutning, Erik. Jeg har 3 eksotiske ting her, som nok vil interessere dig. En elfenbensfigur fra Grønland, en bronzefigur af Buddha fra det fjerne østen, eller denne mauriske guldring fra Spanien.
Good choice. I have 3 exotic items that might interest you. An ivory figurine from Greenland, a bronze Buddha from the Far East, and a Moorish gold ring from Spain. Good, I like it. International connections, again, very realistic. Ivory figurine. Although, the idea that the bronze Buddha and the Moorish gold ring would be just sold on the marketplace, that's a... But, you know... well... Bronze Buddha.
Buddha-figuren er lidt af et særsyn på disse kanter, og den er unik, ligesom hende. De andre ser man alt for ofte. Jeg tilbyder dig 4 stykker sølv for den her.
The other items are well known in these areas, but the Buddha is rare. She will feel special. I will pay you 4 pieces of silver for it. Incidentally, the Buddha is one of my favourite items from the Viking world. It was found on a bucket, the Buddha bucket, on the Usaberg ship, which is a huge Viking ship that I want to go and see at some point, and hopefully we will.
4 stykker sølv. Jeg har selv købt den af en svensker fra Birka, som har byttet den med nogle meget værdifulde slaver i Rusland. Figuren skal jeg have mindst 5 stykker sølv for.
4 pieces of silver. I bought this off a Swede from Birka, who had traded for it in the Rus country for slaves worth far more than that. I will require at least 5 pieces of silver for it. No time for haggling.
Jeg har ikke tid til at krejle. Du får 5 sølvstykker, min ven, og så skylder du mig en hånd ind i de kommende dage. Stik mig bronzefiguren og øltønden, og så ses vi senere.
Well, I don't have time to haggle with you, Gunnar. I shall pay you the 5 pieces of silver, and then you will owe me 1. Hand me the Buddha and the barrel, and I shall be on my way. Okay. Pick up the barrel. Return to Sigrid. Where's the barrel? Is that the barrel? There we go. Come on, man, pick up the barrel. There we go. I got the barrel. Da 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 da. But yeah, seriously, music, calm down, chill. Now, it would be interesting to see the back of the shields. There was a game that I played years ago now on the Xbox 360 that was it was the game of the movie Beowulf, animated computer animated movie starring, I think, Ray Winston as the voice of Beowulf, and Robert Zemeckis, I think, directed it. The great Robert Zemeckis of well, actually, in a similar vein, the Polar Express, I think, but also, for example, obviously Back to the Future. And in the game of that movie, they had terrible shield designs, because they had, well, on the shields you have in the middle of the shield a shield boss, which is a metal sort of dome that protects your hand. But on the back of the shields in that game, there was no cavity behind where the boss attaches to the shield, in so much as there's a hole there through the wood that your hand can sort of go through as you hold a handle that cuts across the back of the shield. And on the back of these shields in that game, it was just wood with a strap for your forearm and a handle on one side of the shield for your wrist. So, in other words, you're putting your whole forearm behind the shield, and that's not a good idea. At this point in time with these shields, you're liable to break an arm in combat. But alas, we cannot see behind the shields in this game. But they're quite pretty. Speaking of pretty.
Godt du er tilbage. Gunne fik dig vel ikke til at betale for øltønden. Min far har allerede betalt den en gang.
Good you're back. Hopefully Gunnar didn't trick you into paying for the beer. My father had already paid for it. Ah.
Det var ikke noget særligt, Sede. Her har du din tønde. Holder din far det sådan legendariske gilder i aften?
It was no problem, Sigrid. Here's the barrel. Is your father hosting one of his legendary parties tonight?
Det tvivler jeg på. Han har vist et møde med en af handelsmændene. En højtstående herremand er på besøg, der har rejst hele vejen fra hedebyerne. Hans navn er Ravnemanke, så vidt jeg husker.
I don't think so. It looks like he's going to have a business meeting. He said he had an important lord visiting. I think his name was Lord Harald Ravenmane of Hedeby. I know that name.
Jeg er sikker på, at jeg kender den mand. Han er sjældent godt nyt. Men lad os glemme dårligdommene for en stund. Jeg har denne Buddha fra det fjerne østen. Den skal du have.
Aww. I'm pretty sure I know of this man. He is bad news, but let us forget omens and ill news. Before I go, I wanted you to have this miniature from the Far East.
Ved alle guderne. Den er så smuk, Erik. Tusind tak. Den skal altid være hos mig, så når du er fjernet fra mig, så kan jeg se på den og mindes dig. Tak, Erik. Det var sødt af dig at hjælpe mig. Nu skal jeg ikke spilde mere af din tid.
By the Aesir. It is beautiful. Thank you, Eric. I will keep it, hold it dear, and look at it, whenever you are away. But only when you're away. I'm not going to look at it when you're here. Thank you. It was very nice of you to help me. I won't take more of your time for now. Trophy unlocked. Valentine Viking. I need to go and practice with Tjorvi, my axe throwing. And of course, when we're handling the axes, we need to be careful not to have any accidents. Yeah. I know I make that joke all too often, but I can't resist. I have an illness. I have a pun-based sickness that Mrs. Soup has to live with. Right. Tjorvi is a skilled warrior. He works with Eric as a bodyguard for the chief. He is also Eric's sparring partner. When not honing his skills with a weapon, Tjorvi So if we go to the Steam page, now I'm pretty sure that the this company has made a couple of other ones. There's Playing History, well, 1 and 2. So let's see, Playing History. Playing History The Plague, which is quite cool. Let's have a look. And you can see that that graphically the games have changed. They've definitely improved over time. If you look at that in terms of graphical quality, that's quite cool. But also the mouse is definitely a consistent character in these games. So Playing History The Plague, okay, and then was it the Slave Trade? History 2 Slave Trade. That's $3.99. Interesting. It's all about the slave triangle. Little boy being taken off with other slaves. Sorry, well, other humans, obviously, to be slaves. Interesting. So again, I like the ethical and the historical education goals of this stuff. Target audience 11 to 14 years old. Very cool. And if we just quickly look at Playing History Vikings, $1.99. But as far as I can tell, graphically superior to its predecessors. Navigating Eric through in his journey from cradle, youth, and eventual grave, you experience his journey towards becoming a true Viking within an interactive environment. It is times of change, as the old beliefs are challenged by a new god and trade routes, meaning contact with people from strange lands. The game focuses on civilized trading as well as the faith and brutality of the Viking era, a time when Christianity arrived in the north and became a dominant faith. You cannot change history, but you can make a difference by becoming a chieftain. Will you take your rightful place, or will you fade into the abyss of history? Nice. Yeah, I really like this. And let's see, did they have a website? Can we actually find a website via this page, perhaps? Oh, I just noticed that on this page there is a visit website tab just here. Go to external site, and unfortunately the website doesn't seem to be in that much use. Playing History and We Make History and also the Future, admin, Playing History 100, Hello World, and there's nothing. Basically, it seems to be an unfinished or unused website. So that's a shame. That's a shame. But nonetheless, I figured I'd just include this here. So $1.99, and seemingly maybe a company that's either being set up or that's going through a time when it hasn't got a website properly, or they copy. I don't know. I don't know. The point is the website doesn't work. So I did spot that, and unfortunately, there's nothing much to see. They seem to have one comment. Let's see what the comment says. If it will load. Hi, this is a comment. To get started with moderating, editing, deleting comments, then oh no, okay. So yeah, so they really haven't set up the page properly. Serious Games Interactive. Oh, President for a Day. That's a bit weird. President for a Day. Not sure about those two, but they're Playing History games. I think they're probably worth a look. And I guess in answer to my friend's query, yeah, I would. I reckon $1.99 for this is worth it. I've definitely had $1.99's worth of games so far, and we're set to have even more. So yeah, that was interesting and fun, and crucially crammed with interesting little Viking tidbits, or the opportunity to talk about the Viking era as well, which I'm sure, particularly in a school setting, would be very useful. I don't know. Could this be a game that could be played in class? Maybe with supervision, possibly. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching as ever, and until next time, do take care. Bye bye.